Hello and welcome to the Brickfreaks. Today with a set from the company Guly. Model set number is 10625. It's the McLaren Z720S, a 1x8 Technic car here with power functions and LED kit. Yes. Link to the set is in the video description. We got it from Bricks. Thank you Bricks for sponsoring the set to show it to you. The box was a little damaged, or especially here the top side of the box. Inside we have the meanwhile gold standard, a little bit of the car on the inner boxes. So just two separate A and B boxes, and here we have some adventures of the car here. It has really some functions, and like I said, power functions and LED kit. Okay, so like always on this channel, now you see some pictures of the assembly of the final set, and then I will tell you everything about the quality instructions, the assembly process and so on. You've seen the pictures of the assembly and the final set, so let's talk about it. This is Guly 10625, the McLaren 720S with 3,261 pieces, 8 motors, 2 battery boxes, 2 RCs, a LED front kit, and yes. It's a 1x8 Technic car. The original McLaren 720S is a V8 bi-turbo mid-engine sport wagon or hypersports car with 720 horsepower that was produced from McLaren from 2017 to 2022, I believe. Now you can buy the 750. If you want, if you have enough spare money. You can buy this here on the second market around, or they start with 150,000 euros up to 1 point something million, depends on the look and how many kilometers and so on and so on and so on. Okay, the set here has 10 big building steps. I needed around 16 to 18 hours. I'm tending more to 18, so let's say 17 and a half. Count 1.5 to 2 hours for each building step. We have some cable management in here. You can imagine 2 battery boxes and 8 motors. So some time you need for the cable management. Okay, I show the car to you. You see it immediately. This is not our normal black ABS plastic. This is a special high glossy variation with sparkles inside. Yes. Yeah, I know it looks a little bit strange from the back. So here we have it. Okay. So let's speak about it. Instructions. It's not too thick, it's static and power functions version in one, and only for the assembly it's 274 pages, just for the assembly. With Lego that will, I believe, double the size, so it's not a super easy instructions, and the old building steps are not desaturated or normally colored or something like that. They are all the same gray. Here you have an example. This is the side if you make an assembly for this power functions versions, and on the next side here it shows you power functions, and often on the next side you have then the assembly steps for the static version. I don't find an example here, but that is really simple. That is really simple. We have 2-3 small mistakes inside here. You recognize immediately during the assembly, so no problem with the mistakes. But one thing, especially, there's a bulk of parts that are the rear spoiler here. I show it to you. For bringing out the rear spoiler, I was a little bit frustrated during the assembly of this, cause the angle and size of the skids here you see, and everything is gray. I didn't see how to assemble the parts. I was really a little bit frustrated, and it was late evening, so I decided, okay, next day it was easier. I was fresh and had more light, but it wasn't still easy. So please, Guly, this car is not easy to build. A little bit better with the instructions, but overall the rest of the instructions is okay. You get the job done. You get the job done. With the instructions are coming 2 sticker sheets. One here for, or are it 2? Yeah, I believe it's 2 sticker sheets. Here this is for outside the car and a little bit of interior, nothing you need. Everything you see are prints. And you've seen pictures of the car from Guly, so you've seen the high gloss render version with the stickers. Okay, I decided to go this version here, just the prints. Okay. Instructions. Parts. So we have these rim covers here in golden. I decided I like the original black glossy rims, so I decided not to bring this on, to give you a little bit of an impression. Come on, just 5 little pins here and I don't get the job done. No? Okay. It was not a reason I didn't, but yeah. I know it matches with the gold on the car, but nah. Some spare parts here in gold and silver. They are for, if you have the static version, they are for the XL motors. They are placed where the XL motors are, and all the other spare pieces here are for the additional parts you need for the static version. Okay? If you have, like I have here, the power functions version with 2 battery boxes, there's no space left for the second seat, so you're always alone on the road. I have to say something about this later, about static and power functions versions. Okay, the car itself is 58 centimeters in length. We have a height of 15 centimeters and a width of nearly 30 centimeters. Like I said, the assembly is not the easiest, but it's manageable. On 2 building steps, I believe on 1, 2 or on 1, 3, I needed a knife, not for cutting things, but to help push down 2 Technic or 2 lift arms, 2 Technic beams together with multiple pins. And I didn't have the pressure at the end because I couldn't reach it with my fatty big hands, so I needed a knife. It was a little bit easier. The rest of the assembly is no problem at all. Problem instructions, but the assembly itself, no problem. This is my 4th Guly car. The first 3 were a little bit easier than this here. This is the most complicated, and this is the only power function version of a Guly car I have assembled. All the other 3 were the static version. Okay. Piece quality here. If Lego is 8 and 9 with the Technic pieces and Gold Bricks mostly 2, this is a solid 7. Yeah? Nothing is slipping through, nothing is too loose or you need too much pressure. Sometimes you need a little bit more pressure than Lego to get things connected. So it's a little bit harsher. So this is the instruction set 8+. No, the set is too complicated, the instructions are not good enough, and sometimes you need a little bit more pressure. So not a 8+, a 14+ perhaps, but not a 8+. But the quality is good enough to get the job done. Every functions here are working, no problem. Nothing is so loose, you have to... no, nothing is so harsh that you need a hammer. No, it's not a super high quality, but it's a good quality. The pieces here with the high glossy and sparkle materials are okay. You have to watch carefully in the instructions because they are looking a little bit gray, like these carbon fiber pieces here. So they have a little bit of that look in the instructions at least. And look at the box, is it glossy or not glossy? Where there are 1, 2 pieces here that are not on the right position, they should be glossy where not, and they are glossy where they shouldn't. So take care. For the people who are already writing comments, Frank, I seen there is 1 piece wrong. Yes, perhaps is there 1 piece wrong. Okay, but now we're coming to the moment you're all waiting for. You want to see the 8 motors in action, so let's start. No. Oh, that's the right. Yes, okay. Here we have neutral and driving. The 2 XL motors are doing a pretty good job for the weight of the car, with all the motors, the battery boxes and so on. Then we have... Oh, what is it wrong here? So I'm wrong. What happened? What happened? Ah. You see, the angle of the steering of the servo motor. It's not the best, but it isn't also the worst. It's acceptable and I would say nearly normal for 1/8 car. What? Okay. So what's next? Scissor doors. Are they called scissor doors? With the Mercedes, it's wing doors. These are, I believe, scissor doors. They're okay. I have them on the same channel. You can make them independently. You have 8 channels. So this was that. And, okay. Next is the light. Ah, it's working. Okay. Now, if I have the car here, I can show you what is under the bonnet. Only the servo motor, a red one. My set here had 2 servos and no L motor. The L is... the L motor is managing the height of the car, of the suspension. And I had 2 servos and no L motor. So for me, no problem. I have a lot of motors in spare. But I don't know. Perhaps it's always the case. So I don't know. I don't know. If you want to buy this car, perhaps buy it when you have a spare L motor. Or at least you have the possibility to get one or order one from Bricklink or something like that. Okay, this was... So, this is next. Yeah. Battery box got out. If you're doing nothing, a battery box goes into standby around 5 minutes, something like that. So, next function. We can open the engine cover. Oh. What has happened? Hey, what's going on? Something broke here. You see this? Now I have to push a little bit. And so I seen a video from another guy. He don't have to push. So perhaps 1 or 2 panels are not in the perfect angle with my assembly. He had not a problem. But I think this is a really cool looking function. This looks really cool when you're standing on the traffic lights and the car besides you is doing that. It looks like shit. But in a 1x8 Technicar, I believe this is impressive. At least for me. At least for me. I think this is cool. Yes, I know I'm 53 and I'm getting 54 in 2 months, but I'm a child. So, okay, where is it? Where are you? Gear, here. Okay. One function. Yeah, you're hearing this. So this is totally down, but now it's not driving. You really have to push it up a little bit, at least, to get it driving. Not much, not so much. I believe this is enough. Now this battery box is out. No? Oh, it's enough. It's enough. But if you have it completely downsized, it's not driving. Just want to mention it to you. Okay, so now we're seeing all functions are working. This here with some help, and the motors here are slipping through because this has a shorter way than the back. The suspension itself is okay, it's a sports car. So my final words for this here. What is good on this car? I like most of the assembly. I like the glossy black with the sparkle. I think this is something I haven't seen before, and I like things I haven't seen before. So this is cool. I like all the functions. We have 6 or 8 functions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the light. We have 7 functions, so that's a lot for a 1x8 Technicar. All functions are working. The quality of the pieces is good. We have no problems. So the car itself looks okay. I don't like the back here. I don't know what these chrome parts here on the backlights are doing. But the rest of the car, the sideline and so on, is okay. Yeah, I've seen much worse Technic cars. They don't look a little bit like the original. This here looks at least a little bit like the original car. Okay, so I like the car in this version, but perhaps the static version has more value. I come to this later. What I don't like about this car is the blue pins sometimes and a lot of yellow or red axles you're seeing, depends on which angle you're looking to the car or into the car. That's a little bit, could be better. I'm missing, if I have front lights, I want back lights too. That is a little bit a bummer. Then if you are printing so much on the car, why don't you print the rest, Guly? And better instructions. But overall, this is a good set for a good price. But I would present the car as a roadster. And as a roadster, the Power Functions version isn't a good deal, because you're seeing the cables, you have the 2 battery boxes, so you're paying a lot for pieces that make your car not looking good. So make your mind before the buy, because it's nice. You're having electrified, motorized functions. Yes, you're playing with them, but how often are you playing with them? And how often you just look at this thing here sitting on your shelf? And for a thing that's just sitting on your shelf, I believe you don't have to pay the extra money for the 2 battery boxes, the 2 RCs and the 8 motors. And it's looking better as a roadster without the cables and the battery boxes. The functions, they are all there with axles and manual. So I would say, if you don't need it really electrified, buy the static version. You have all the functions. The car looks better when it's open, and you have a second seat inside. You have all these cool parts here for the XL motors, and you are seeing them. Here are gaps inside, you see the parts here. And I believe perhaps the version looks a little bit better with that parts too. Okay, nothing more to say. What is next here on the channel? On the channel next, from my side here, is a modular building a garage. Yeah, with a 1x8, with a speed champion car transporter, and it's on 2 base plates, so with many play functions. I think it's a really cool set. From a company I haven't heard before and I don't know at the moment, but you're seeing a picture here or there. Okay, thank you for watching. Write me in the comments, what do you think about the car itself, and what would you prefer? Power Functions versions or the static version? Write me in the comments. Thank you, bye bye.